move to the back. Works his way ahead for three. They'll spot it at the 18. Their performance in SEC play last year was forgettable. They'd love to make it memorable this time around.
I love when Reese uses that phrases like forgettable, which means it was awful, not very good, okay? So they are looking for a bounce back. They've been selling this program all offseason. They've been trying to bring in new additions. They've been trying to create some juice, Palmer. Now they got to go out and do it.
I think they realized, too, a year ago they weren't as talented as some of their opponents, but they also gave some games away. And they've got to be better in critical down and distances in big moments when they get into these SEC conference games this season.
Trying to move that pile forward. He maybe gets two. He's down at the 21. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their... on the ground, they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Georgia lining up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Here's the return. Slips through the line. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. To the air on first down. Makes the catch. It's Hardy. They'll mark him out of bounds right at the 45-yard line.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They've got it at the 36 on 1st and 10. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Missouri.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Caught in the backfield, it's Hardy. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
The dog From the gun, wants to pass. Got a man, it's Johnson. He gets it so close to the first down. But I think he's going to be a touch short.
Really nice job by the defense there. You're trying to force the quarterback to throw the football in front of you and allow your guys to square up and make a tackle out in space. You got to force the ball carrier to do something special after the catch. Not able to do it there, so really nice tactic by the defense.
Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. It is loud in here as they try to help him get a stop on fourth down. Using his feet. Will not get there. A fourth down stop.
The defense, I think, was just more physical on that fourth down, guys. That was a design quarterback run, and they're calling that because they're trying to get extra blockers at the point of attack and get a numbers advantage, but just the defense fighting off the blocks, being where they're supposed to be, and not letting the quarterback break free. You just can't do a better job than the defense did on that fourth down.
Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down. Let's take a little step back and have a look at Georgia. Really good win on the recruiting trail last week. Got a commitment from a four-star linebacker.
He's going to help them out a lot because of his speed. He simply has things you can't coach from the linebacker position. So his ability to track the ball sideline to sideline, but also get downhill, he's going to make this defense a whole lot more difficult to move the football against.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Guys, let's chat about Georgia. Boy, did they have a big pickup in recruiting. Stud in the secondary. Five-star defensive back. Gives them a verbal. What a huge boost for this program, David.
This is enormous. Getting a guy in the back end, a five-star guy like that.
Time to take a shot. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
First snap of this drive comes from the 32. Looking to throw on first down. Here's a heat. Going to try to get it himself. They use that sideline as a defender and get him out of bounds at the 36.
This defense is not going to be patient with this quarterback. They know that they have to affect him and they have to dictate to him. So that time, they send the blitz. They're not even giving him an opportunity to sit back there and peruse the field. They flush him out. They're able to rally to him, get him down.
Oh, he's got some space. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front, paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work, too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the second level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
The Tigers, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Running to Green. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
Well, right away after picking up a first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
The Tigers getting set on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Pulls it in. It's Jones. Rustled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
It's 1st and 10 from the 13. Now from inside the red zone. He's got it on the run. Touchdown, Tigers! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
A big question mark for this offense coming into the year, guys. Who could score touchdowns? Who are going to be their biggest playmakers on offense? This guy scored in the first game. He's off to a great start in this one with that touchdown. This guy looks like the real deal.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Jacksonville State is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These Gamecocks have picked themselves up before, and they're capable of it again today.
Looking downfield, it's Stockton. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
It has been tough sledding for this quarterback here early in the game. He's 0 for 5 right now. I give the defense tons of credit. It's not just good coverage in the back end, and it's not just a good pass rush. They're doing a nice job mixing up their looks coverage-wise. This quarterback looks confused, and that's a big reason why, guys, this offense has not scored a single point so far.
The defense burns their 3rd and final timeout of the half. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. On the move, it's Frazier. Picks up the first down, still moving. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one. And those hairy dogs taking a bite out of another first down.
You don't usually find Georgia teams that complicate things. They know who they are, and it starts with running the football, establishing the line of scrimmage. That's what the dogs do.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
I don't know if anybody saw this happening. He's 0 for 6 to start the game throwing it. He's just not seeing the field real well. The defense has done a great job in the back end and with their pass rush, making life really hard on him. But they've got no points, and it's not a surprise. I mean, they thought they would be able to find some explosive plays throwing it early. That has not been the case.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Wants to adjust the pattern. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the 2nd quarter.
Georgia, 0.
So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. To the air, it's Stockton. Fires to the middle. Complete to the left. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. Georgia going up tempo. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
Wants to fire on second down. Right down the middle. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line here.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
The short hands, it's Bell. He'll come through on third downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Quarterback making checks. They'll try to get outside. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
It's always fun to watch offensive creativity in the red zone. Like, how are you going to get some space for your guy? They try the toss, get him out wide, maybe get him some space. The defense was ready. Nice job falling forward, getting at least a little bit on the play.
Quarterback moving. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. He's got him.
It's a really nice job by the defense staying disciplined there. The quarterback's trying to get it out on the right side. As soon as he makes the catch, though, down he goes. Really good job with the tackle.
They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. To the air, it's Stockton. Escapes the pressure to his right. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down.
Offense facing fourth down.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game day.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Using his legs, it's Hardy. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Back to pass on second down. Grab near the marker. It's Hardy. How in the world did the offense retain possession? I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
From the gun, the running back has it. Pass to Sticks and still on his feet. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. Missouri has it ready to go with another first down. They'll ride the hot hand. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Really nice first down run. And you're seeing why this running back is an every down type back. He can run between the tackles. He can run outside. He can catch the football. He can block. This guy can do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. The screen, he's got wheels. There he goes. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Run in the red zone, it's Hardy. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Back to pass. It's complete to the left. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
On 1st and goal, Missouri will try to strike Pater. Got his man on the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the defense.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? From the gun, running back gets the give. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
Finding it tough to make positive yardage now. 3rd and goal from the 2. Looking to throw. Working that wide receiver screen. Into the house. Touchdown, Missouri!
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7.
Missouri 14, Georgia 7.
So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. Fielded in the end zone, it's Evans. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? He wants to change this route. Back to throw, it's Stockton. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll run play action. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Nice job to get it past the sticks and then get him down at the 35. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. One more snap coming before halftime. They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Go ahead and roll the dice to start this second half. They're lined up for an onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
You just know the offensive line was telling the coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
I think going into halftime trailing, this defense knew that they were going to have to start making plays here in the second half. And early in the third quarter here on this drive, they get a sack. That is really good news for this defense.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Catch in the middle, it's Johnson. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32.
And that's a huge 3rd down conversion by the offense there. It's 3rd and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Guys out in the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football. And you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
They'll go to the air on 2nd and short. Caught near the sticks. It's Johnson. He's got enough for a Missouri first down. He's just winning that matchup in the slot every time.
And when you put him in the slot, Reese, he's closer to the quarterback. It's an easier throw. We can run in, we can run out, and really take advantage of his versatility of the guy in that slot position.
Missouri really moving on offense, set up with another first down. The give to the back. Not a lot there. Picks up one inside the 20 to the 19.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Good timing on the quick out. Touchdown, Tigers! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
I know this offense had some question marks coming into the year with respect to who would be catching touchdowns in the offense. I think they may have found their guy. This guy had a TD in their first game. He has another one here. Right now, he has been a matchup problem for opposing defenses.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Jacksonville State is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These Gamecocks have picked themselves up before, and they're capable of it again today.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. In front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Might be calling a hot route. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. Back to throw. It's Stockton. Pocket breaking down. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Well, you can see the mindset of this offense changing quickly. We're late in the third quarter. They're down on the scoreboard. They've got to get aggressive, and they've got to throw the ball if they want a chance to win this game. But the defense knows it. It's going to be really hard for this quarterback now. The windows are going to be small like it was that time throwing the incompletion.
The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Dealing with a 2nd and 10 from the 20. Wants to go up top. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, he dropped it that deep.
it.